Yo, what's up, boys? What's up? I hear the change jingling in your pocket. I hear it. We're coming off a winning weekend. Our total record for our weekend Warriors picks with Lux is set at what? 5-3 now? Come on, let's go. We were 2-1 last weekend. We added a couple more units in everybody's pockets, and I'm hoping to do the same this weekend. I've been in the lab all week, and I think I mustered up three great plays for everybody. Three great plays, three great picks with great odds. That is for sure going to put money in your pocket. Let's start it off, boys. Let's cut the bullshit and get into it. My first one is for tonight. Today is Saturday. It is going to be, let me check the time for you guys, 9:37 my time. So 9:37 Central Standard Time, Texas time, baby. It might as well be the universal time, but that's a different story for a different podcast. But we are going with Bruins minus 1.5 at minus 110. This seems like the easiest lock of the century. Screw the night, the century, forever. This should be easy. No bullshit, guys. Let me pull up the record real quick so I can tell you correct numbers. Bruins are 34 and 4. 34 and 4. Drop a couple comments in the chat. See if you even have a guess what the Sharks are right now. This is unfair. It's like a pro team going against a D3 college team. It's just silly. Sharks are 12 and 20. You're telling me Bruins, who are 30 and 4, aren't going to demolish the Sharks, who are 12 and 20? Come on, this story's already writ itself. I mean, they're sticking to the script tonight. Minus 1.5 at minus 110. Let's get it in the little text file right here. One moment. Let me add it. Bruins minus 1.5 at minus 110 Saturday. 9:37 Central Standard Time. There we go, baby. There we go. Had to unhide that. Get it in everybody's view. That's our first pick. So I'm going to repeat it one more time for the listeners. Bruins 1.5 minus 110. It's tonight at 9:37 Central Standard Time. Make sure you lock that in. This is free money. Free money on a Saturday. We can't beat it. Remember, we're 5 and 3. So far we know what we're doing. We're putting units in pockets, and I think tonight we're going to put hella units in pockets. Moving on to our second pick, we have a pick for tomorrow, the NFL slate. We're breaking away from hockey and getting into a little football. And really, it's a rinse and repeat. Our favorite picks are fading the Texans when they're just below minus 10. Below minus 10. I'll take 7.5. I'll take 8.5. I love threes. Threes are perfect. But what if I told you I had 2.5 this week? 2.5 against the Colts. The Colts, I understand that it's a team that's been underperforming. They were up 33 at halftime, ended up blowing it to the Vikings, yada, yada, yada. They were up 33 at halftime. Vikings are a team that have a little bit of that magic to them. They hit the 61-yard field goals. They come back 33-point deficit, yada, yada. Texans aren't that team. They aren't. I get the Colts are going through a rough patch, but Texans are, let's look at their record right now. I know it's changed, but yeah, it's 2-13. 2-13, 1, 4, 11, and 1. The Colts, they're not a great team, but minus 2.5, that's a freebie. That is a freebie, and it's at minus 120. So it's not super juiced. The money line's only at 145 if you thought, I don't know. Them winning it by one, that just kind of seems silly to me. I'd take the 2.5. You're getting a field goal out of that one. It seems pretty safe. If it was like minus even 4, 5, in my opinion, I might not take it. I'd take that money line. But minus 2.5, that's a lock right there, guys. The Houston Texans versus Colts. We fade the Texans. The Colts, I mean, we're buying bad news here. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's bad enough that they lose to the Texans, especially with it being at the Colts' home. If this was in Houston, I might be a little, who knows, or whatever, but 12 p.m. tomorrow, minus 2.5 Colts. Get your money bags ready, boys, because we're trying to fill them up. We're trying to fill them up. The Bruins, who are at minus 1.5, could be parlayed with this, and I'd feel super safe about that. The pick that I do feel iffy on is our Monday pick. It's the college national championships, and honestly, guys, that could go up in the air and go 100 different ways, right? You know how college is. It's pretty unpredictable. These two picks, though, I feel confident in. Bruins 1.5, 110. It's tonight. It is at 9:37 Central Standard Time, like I said. And you can pair it with Colts minus 2.5 at minus 120 for 12 p.m. tomorrow in the NFL slate. Lots of action, but these are the two best picks for today and tomorrow, I believe. Let me get that in our text file real quick to make sure everybody sees it. Colts minus 2.5 at minus 120, guys. And this is Sunday at noon CST. Now we're rolling on in our third pick. Like I said, it's this Georgia TCU game. It's number 1 going against number 3. TCU is a great team. They're great. But Georgia is even better. And I do think Georgia's going to win. I don't want this pick to be mistaken as TCU is just going to demolish Georgia or something like that. No, it's going to be a close game in my opinion. But I think they're giving us a little leeway with the spread. It's at 12.5 at minus 110. Georgia's good, but TCU is really good too. I think that this is a game that's going to have a lot of scores, and it's going to draw out, and it's going to come down to the wire, and it's only going to be by a touchdown, maybe two. Maybe two, and that's why I think that it's worth the minus 145 to bump it up to 2 touchdowns to 14 spread. But plus 12.5 isn't bad. It's not bad. I'll take that for TCU. I think they're going to keep it close. But that is not my pick. I'm going with over 63 minus 110 for the official pick, but I definitely favor TCU and recommend getting on that train as well. I go over 63 because the last time that we went under on something that I figured was a high over under for a college game, they scored like 44 in the third quarter. These are two great teams that are known for scoring. You can have a great defense. They're still going to score. We've learned that this is college. They don't just shut them down usually at this level. Normally, everybody's scoring and they are keeping it close. But I expect both teams to get quite a few touchdowns. At over 63 minus 110, it's a great time to get in. I think the line started at over 62, so it's starting to rise. And it's rising in our favor, guys. Make sure you lock in over 63 minus 110. It's Monday. It's 6:30 at night. So, it could be a recovery game if the other two bets don't go well. But I believe we'll have three Green Goblins this weekend, guys. And I hope that we just continue raking in these units. It would be great. We'd get the score up to what? 3 plus 5, 8? 8 and 3 if we get 3 Green Goblins this weekend. I think 1 and 2 is definite. 3's a maybe. So I would parlay Bruins 1.5 and Colts minus 2.5 if you're feeling ballsy. Colts are at home. Bruins are just the more dominant team. And 3 is kind of a flip of a coin. It can go a lot of ways, but I like locking in over 63 if you just want action. If you have a feeling you know what? If TCU isn't going to, keep it within the spread 12.5, I want you to give me reasons why in the chat and just let me know. Let's keep each other informed on this game and influence that pick. Over 63, that's a lock for me. But let's get a community pick out of the minus 12.5 and plus 12.5 TCU versus Georgia. And I'll announce that before the game on Monday, what everybody decides. And you can blame everybody else except your boy Lux for that one, right? Let's go, guys. Let me get this in the text file real quick. TCU. Sorry, guys. TCU versus Georgia. Over. There we go. 63.0 at 110. And that will be Monday. Let's go at 6:30. 6:30 Central, guys. Remember, this is my time. I live in Texas, Central Standard Time. As y'all can see, right under the Weekend Warrior picks in the lab, all that shit right here. Yes, sir. Spirit fingers. We got the Weekend Warrior picks. These are the 3 picks that I've been in the lab Trying to figure out for y'all this weekend. We love keeping positive records around here, but we also love making money. All these odds are pretty fucking sweet if you ask me. Bruins minus 1.5 for Saturday. That's tonight at 9:37 Central Standard Time. It's a night game. Who doesn't like night games? Something to go to bed to. Then for Sunday, we got something to start your day off at noon. Colts minus 2.5. They're going against the Texans, as we talked about. This should be a super easy game. A super easy game against the Texans. We'll take anything that's minus 10. Minus 10. I know the Colts have been, going through a rough patch, but we're buying the bad news and taking the Colts at minus 2.5. And then 3, the only one that I'm feeling kind of suspicious on, TCU versus Georgia over 63. It's Monday at 6:30. It's at minus 110. I think these are 3 great bets, guys. If you were heading to the casino, you're locking some stuff in your book, and you don't know what to do, you've been working all week, and you're just trying to weekend warrior this shit up, these are 3 great picks to put some dollars in your pocket, guys. Remember, gamble responsibly and call us at this number, 713-489-9402. 713-489-9402. I would love to get your picks, guys. I need your name. I need the date that the pick's happening, the teams, a brief description of your bet, and we'll get it cracking, guys. 713-489-9402. 713-489-9402. I'm looking for the easy bets, the sweatless bets, the bets that I'm going to see a little green check mark next to. 713-489-9402. Come give us some green goblins and get featured on the Degenerate Hour. You can be featured on this show. You can be featured on No Fumbles. Let's get it going, guys. Call this number, 713-489.